What's up, everybody? Harry's Mobile Auto here. It's a beautiful, cool spring morning here in New Westminster. And I thought it would be a perfect time to install my big brake kit on my 8th gen Civic Si. If you've been following me for a while, you might know that last time I went to the racetrack, I completely cooked my brakes. Oh my God, super sketchy. So it was time for a upgrade. Track season's just about to start and I'm pretty excited. Mission Raceway just totally redid their whole track, so I can't wait. They needed it. They needed it pretty bad. So I'll show you what we're working with here. We got the work truck, Honda Acti, and Paragon brake kit. So let me bust this open and show you what we got. All right. I did already test fit these once, so I know it's gonna work. All right. So these are the rotors, 330 millimeter, 2-piece. Pretty beautiful. Like, you know, look at that bolts on there. I just love that. Absolutely love that. And these are the calipers. Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. I think with the gold wheels I got, it's gonna contrast kind of bad, but I do have silver RPF ones, which will be going on very soon. This kit comes with brake lines, but I already literally have these exact brake lines on my car, so I'm just gonna keep using those. The kit comes with some pads. I got the like super chill pads with the kit so that if I want to swap over for like daily use, I can use those. But for the racetrack, we got the Project Muse. Check those out. So that's what's gonna be going on. Let me get this thing, the front up in the air, and let's get to work. Man, this thing is such a beast. High torque with the 8 amp battery. It just tears through lug nuts. Okay, there's my spacer, 15 mil. Now we gotta get caliper off. And for now, I'm just gonna let the caliper hang because I don't wanna disconnect the line until I have the new caliper on. Can't really see nothing. How's that? I don't know, it's probably fine, I guess. Not a professional videographer here, people. Clearly, but I am a professional mechanic. All right. Just taking the whole caliper off as it is. Why not? Put it over here for now. There we go. Cool. Okay, let's get this rotor off of here. Man, this rotor's been through a lot. Why'd I grab my mallet? There we go. That'll work better, I think. Okay, there we go. Nice. Put that aside. We'll just wipe this down a bit. It's already pretty clean. Got a good layer of anti-seize on there, so I'm not concerned. I'm not too concerned about that. Got you on my RPF 1 here. Just pull you in a bit. Gave you a better look. All right. Okay, let's get our passenger side rotor going here. There she is. Spray her down with a little bit of that brake clean. Reason for that is they usually put a coating of like oil on these so that they don't rust. So I sprayed the shit out of my camera. That's not good. Okay, nice. That's looking good. That's looking good. All right, so they come with these brackets. It says Accord front, so which makes sense because I had TSX brakes on here, which are Accord brakes, and it's got its own bolts, new hardware. Doing this kind of blind. There we go. One in. Oh, what size are these? This is fucking 18. Are these 18? Fuck's sake. They were in fact 18. I didn't press record, but I got them torqued down, and we're ready to go to the next step, so we're gonna put the caliper on. All right, here we go. This is the caliper. So let's get this thing on. All right, well, I forgot to record again, but caliper is on. We torqued those down. I put them at like 60. I don't think they need that much, but she's on there pretty good. Now we gotta take this guy out and put our pads in. So this is a little two-piece situation. Comes out like that. Kind of similar to the Brembos, but the Brembos, they just use like a pin. All right, got my pads here. Just gonna put a little bit of grease here on this surface. This is Moly Coat 77, by the way. This is like the good Honda stuff. I mean, honestly, still at the racetrack, you're going to completely destroy this grease and it's gonna become like powder, but I don't know. It's what I use, it's what Honda recommends. So it's what I'm keeping on the truck. Slide this biatch in here. Oh, perfect fit. A little bit of grease, a little bit of never sees, just like that. Try not to get it on the pad. Very satisfying. Okay, now we put this little pin here back in. Just gonna use this, tighten this up. I don't know what torque spec is on that, but really not a lot. Hand tight. Okay, beautiful. Now we just gotta hook up the line. All right, so the kit came with these copper washers. I prefer the Honda ones that come, they're like steel. I find they're a little bit better, but we're gonna use these for now. It'll be fine. When you're taking your brake line off, you make sure that you don't spill any brake fluid on the concrete. So I've got my catch pan here. So let's take this off. There's our little banjo bolt. All right, if you don't know how that works, that's how your brake fluid gets to your caliper from the line. So it goes through this little hole here and then out the top. And that is a banjo bolt. Usually they're like 24-ish foot-pounds spec. We'll get our washers here. And the way this works is, so you put one washer on the banjo bolt, and then you put your banjo bolt through the line. Just make sure it's the right way, so it should go this way. And then, and only then, you take your other washer and put it on the other side of the banjo bolt. As such, good. Now let's put this in. Like I said, guys, this banjo bolt, we're looking at like 24 foot-pounds. You should feel the washers crush, for sure. And there shouldn't be anything leaking out. There we go. Okay. Kind of frustrating that these don't have, it doesn't like index the brake line, so you kind of have to hold it. Like you can see here on the OEM one. Your brake line fits right in between there, so it can't turn, but the Paragon doesn't have that, so you got to kind of hold the brake line. But this side's done, so other than bleeding it, which we're gonna do that together with both sides, but we're gonna do the other side. I'm just gonna kind of run through it and probably just fast forward it, and then we'll bleed it and break it in. And yeah, should be good. All right, guys, we have what I would call a semi-serious situation here. So, on the other side, I totally forgot about this clip because there's another box, but this clip goes here, and it holds your pads in place. It sits underneath there. Problem is clearance. So the rotor hits that. The rotor's hitting that clip. So basically, you can kind of move the rotor and then it stops because the rotor's not perfectly in round. So, you know, this is why I hate aftermarket stuff. So, I'm too deep already, so I'm gonna self-clearance this on the test drive. And yeah, I'll just talk to Paragon and see what the situation is here, because I just think the 330 mil rotor, it's just kind of too big for this or something. Yeah, sucks, but yeah. Also, I had these titanium shims I forgot to put in, so I put those in on the other side. But yeah, pretty ass. So we're going to yeah, bleed them. I'm gonna put this on the other side because you should have it. It needs to be there. But it just sucks that it contacts the rotor. So I'm gonna put that in on the other side. Might show you a little bit of that, and then we're gonna go for a reluctant test drive. All right, guys. So like I was saying, without that piece in, look, we're moving nice, moving good. But once we install this like it's supposed to be installed, okay, right, that goes there, like that, sits in there. And then that sits here. Okay. Okay, so this side's better, but still, I mean, what the heck, Paragon? What the heck, right? That's like, yeah, that's the situation. So obviously, the obvious fix that I would think would be that you would put a shim right there in between the bracket and the caliper. But kit didn't come with any shims, and you really like, I wouldn't think you'd want to do that necessarily. But that would bring your caliper just out slightly, so then the rotor wouldn't hit that. But yeah, this is the thing with aftermarket stuff, guys. It never fits. So not even really hating on Paragon here. I've had issues with every single set of aftermarket brakes I've ever had. One time, I'm not gonna say the company, but they're a good company. I got brake pads from them. They cut the brake pad too thick. I went to put it in, I couldn't put the caliper over top. Had to send it back, they sent me a new set. Another time, the backing plate was too small and it was jiggling around inside the caliper and it sounded like so broken. So yeah, aftermarket brakes, always a problem. Anyway, let's bleed this thing and then just self-clearance it and see how it goes. 'Cause I'm in too deep. 11 mil. Go. Okay, of course, guys, we gotta bleed both sides, inside and the outside. There she goes. See all that air coming out of there? Little bubbles. See the bubbles? brake pedal feels good, so it's ready to go. One thing I learned is that this Milwaukee compressor it's not really good enough for bleeding brakes. I went through 2 batteries completely just bleeding the front brakes, so I gotta figure something else out for bleeding brakes. That's not really gonna work. Yeah, anyway, okay, let's get the wheels on and go for a test drive. Woo! All right, well, that's what it's looking like right there. Pretty sick, I think. Let's go for a test drive. All right, we're in the car. We're warmed up, ready to go. I'm gonna roll the windows down so you can hear how bad this is gonna sound. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it. I don't think you can hear it there, actually. Oh, well, you can hear it now. Doesn't sound good. Sorry, used to driving JDM here. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Not liking it. I'm not liking it. Sound's not going away. It's not ideal. Goddamn, man. Goddamn. Yeah, I don't know. I think I gotta just go get some shims or something, because this is not good. This is not good. I went to Rona and picked up some washers, so hopefully this will work. Okay, so I got that shim in. It's really just a washer. I put it right there. I got both of these bolts torqued down. I only put one in the top, and I think the driver's side here was worse, but now I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll go for a test drive. All right, she's back together, torqued down. Let's go for a test drive and hope for the best. Okay, no noise yet, so this is going pretty well. But we gotta get this thing up to speed. So, because we gotta break these pads in. Let's go. Okay, so I've just done some high-speed braking, and basically I need more tire to break these in because I'm just instantly getting into ABS. So the brakes work really well. They feel really good. Pedal feels good, but like I said, we're just getting into ABS kind of quickly. They haven't started squealing yet, but they will. The Project New pads, I'm sure, will squeal. Also, what the heck? What's this Toyota Echo doing in the in the grass there? Anyways, yeah. Okay, well, I'm impressed. Braking just feels like effortless, super powerful brakes. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See you next time.